Hey everyone, good day. Welcome to Edie's Attic. My name is Jenny, and I am here with a love message for you, your weekly love message. I did do a pre-shuffle and got the ball rolling. And I was only going to pull the first 5 cards, and then my intuition led me to pulling and pulling and asking and pulling. And I apologize in advance that I got this whole entire reading started without you, but I couldn't stop. But I'm going to continue on from where I left off with you guys. But I want to get started with the first card we have, followed by the second, which is Missing Piece and Advice. We have Missing Piece and Advice. The Missing Piece card says, "You're my missing puzzle piece. We were made for one another." Followed by advice. It says, "I've been asking my friends for advice on how to handle this situation with you." So we have a person, and feeling out the energy, it's not saying this is male or female, but the energy with these cards lies with the masculine. So wherever your energy is sitting, if you're feminine and you're in your feminine energy, this is not for you, these cards. This is for the masculine energy or someone that is heavily in their masculine. So you figure out in your situation who's who, but whoever's in the masculine energy is realizing that you are the missing piece to their puzzle. They've been putting this together for quite some time. They've been having signs and aha moments where they realize how you fit with them so well, but then they keep brushing it off. They keep on finding reasons and talking themselves out of believing why you're meant to be with them or why you're the perfect counterpart for them. So, because of that, they keep seeking advice from friends, family, people that they trust in order to help them make a better decision and to rationalize their feelings and emotions, to help them be more logical and not so emotional. The problem with this is they're seeking advice from other people, and other people are giving advice on their own personal life experiences. This person that's in their masculine, that's seeking the advice, needs to follow their own intuition. And if they keep on taking the advice of others because they don't fully trust themselves, they're never going to go down the path that is actually meant for them and for their highest good. They are seeking advice from everyone, which isn't necessarily the advice that they're getting isn't wrong, but it isn't wrong for the people that are giving the advice, because the people that are giving the advice are are the ones that would benefit from that type of advice. They're the ones that would be the most sensible for their paths. So what they really need to do, and if you're in the masculine energy and you're watching this, is you really need to listen to your own heart, your own soul, your own intuition, your higher self. What feels right? What makes sense to you? I mean, listen to the other advice, take heed to it, take note, but does it make sense for you and your situation? Is it going to lead you to your ultimate happiness? Because what makes sense to them may not make sense for you. So, yeah, this person is leaning in heavily on advice. And they've been doing this for so long now that people are kind of getting like, are you going to make a decision already? Clearly, you've taken our advice before and you're still seeking the same advice. So maybe you just need to take your own advice. Like, other people are even starting to say this to this person: take your own advice, figure it out for yourself, because I told you what I would do and you did it and you're still not happy. So maybe you need to do something different. And then I pulled validation cards or confirmation cards, asked Spirit to, to elaborate more on these cards. And it says here, "Too tired to fight. It's time to move on from this. And you know what to do. Trust your gut." So it's just this feeling of this this whole entire thing that they're trying to figure out, this connection with you that they're trying to rationalize and understand, and they're going the back and the forth between what's right, what's wrong, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. They're just tired. They're over it. They don't want to do this no more. They don't want to be in this headspace no more. It feels to be like it's taking up all of their time, all of their energy, all of their thoughts. And until they finally do something about it, it feels like it's never going to settle. They're never going to be able to move on from this feeling of you're the missing piece to the puzzle. And it says, hey, divine masculine, you know what to do. Trust your gut. Stop leaning in on everyone else around you for advice and go with what you feel is right to do. Next, we have out is introverted. It says, I know I don't say this enough, but I truly do love you. This is a person that has a lot of insecurities in regards to opening up about themselves emotionally to other people or exposing their true feelings out in the open because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of being hurt. This person may have been hurt a lot in the past in relationships of love, even friendships and family or work relationships. They are a person that has been through the ringer and has had a lot of rejection and hurt. They want to speak up. That is a huge part of why they keep seeking advice from other people. It's probably this feeling of, you know, if it makes sense and everyone keeps saying not to move forward and say anything, and I commit to this and I fully invest in the idea of never speaking my truth, that's one thing I don't have to worry about. It's so much easier not to speak my truth, because if I do speak my truth and the person that I know is meant to be with me rejects me or isn't interested or doesn't reciprocate those same feelings, how am I going to feel? It's going to be heartbreaking, which is the next card out. Heartbreak. It says, the wrong choice was made and now they sit in a pain of losing you. It's like a no-win situation to this person. Letting you go and moving on with their life and doing things the way that everyone advised them to do has led them down a trail of heartbreak. But if they open up, being so closed off and introverted and shy and insecure, if they open up to you, that may also lead down a trail of heartbreak and tears, you know? Like either way they look at it, they're just like, wow, there's a lot of heartbreak, and which is bringing them to this understanding that they have a lot of work to do on themselves. They have a lot of growth to do within their own hearts and their own soul and their own mind. They have to go back and look at all the things that have happened to them in their past that have brought them to this point of being so scared of heartbreak that they're almost walking away from potentially the love of their life. And they're ashamed and they're disappointed in themselves and their actions. They made some very hasty decisions and listened to the advice of others against their own instinct and their own intuition, which has ultimately led them down that path of heartbreak, which they've been trying to avoid this whole time. And advice to the divine feminine, it says it's one-sided. Let them figure this out for themselves. This isn't about you right now, feminine. This is about the masculine. I'm not saying you've done nothing wrong. I don't know the dynamics of each individual person that's watching this message. There's so many people that are going to watch this that I cannot say individually. But overall, in this dynamic of this relationship, there's really nothing that you did wrong for them to move away and make other choices. It was solely something that was within them and their own insecurities and their own shadows. So you've been doing your work, you've been growing, you've been thriving, you've been healing, you've been trying to make the most sense of this situation you possibly can and moving on with your life. Continue to do that. Be grateful and count your blessings. They outnumber your downfalls. Divine just wants you to remember that no matter what happens with this, that you are going to be blessed. You are going to have a life full of beauty and adventure and romance. There's always going to be, there is someone out there for every single one of us. There's so many people in this world and so many souls in this world that you never know who you're going to run into. You never know who you're going to meet and who spirit sends your way. If this person doesn't come through, there's always going to be someone that's going to stumble across your path at some point when you are ready for it, that is going to sweep you off your feet. But this person, they need to figure it out. This person has to figure it out, not just for you, but for themselves, because they are feeling this immense emotion of loss and grief and frustration. They're so ashamed and disappointed in the actions that they've taken to come to this point, to where I'm feeling there's not even a connection anymore between you two. Like, it's so far off in the distance. Like, this ended such a long time ago that you may not even be thinking about them anymore. But they are thinking of you, and they are recognizing something that you've done or said, or how you present yourself into the world. And maybe they've seen you out, or they've seen your socials, and they see just how happy you are and how healthy and how emotionally healthy and how everything seems to be just falling into place for you. And they're over there thinking, I could have been a part of that. I could have been with this person. Why did I listen to everyone around me? Why didn't I listen to my own heart? Why didn't I make that move? I let my insecurities and my fear of rejection lead the way. And it's a learning lesson for them. It really is. It's a great learning lesson for them. This whole entire experience has helped them see through their own toxic behaviors, their own ways, and their own hurt and pain that they needed to work out and understand. And without having gone through this, they may never have. And also, to add with that, if they never had gone through this with you and come to this point of seeing how you're that missing piece and realizing that they shouldn't be taking advice from others and they should be listening to their own intuition, they would have carried that into the relationship with you to begin with. And that would have been something that, because you were attached to that energy, if you guys would have gotten together at that point, that you both would have had to work through together. And there may have been a lot of mistrust and a lot of insecurities within this relationship, which would have been bad for the relationship and ultimately could have caused you to separate anyways. So the growth needed to be done prior to coming together. And this is where this person's at now, is trying to find a way to move forward and finally opening up to you and making that, the word advance is coming to mind, making that advance towards you and leveling up and exposing themselves to you and being vulnerable for the first time in their life, actually vulnerable and opening up, because they haven't in so long. Outside of the people that they trust the most and get their advice from, this would be a huge stepping stone for them. And then the last card we have out is Power Couple, but in reverse. So it says, an indestructible force that many wish they could be, liked by few, envied by most. This was, I'm going to keep it upright for you. This was the ultimate path that you two could have been down, which they are realizing. This was supposed to be you and them. They know this. They see it now. They picture you two together and they envision the future. They see what could have been between the two of you and where it could have gone and how amazing of a relationship you two ultimately could have together. And they are in this place of, I still want that. I still want that for myself. I still want that for my divine feminine. I don't want to miss out on this opportunity because of my fear anymore. And they are currently working up the courage to come forward and to try to reestablish and reconnect a relationship with you. It's saying, divine masculine, speak your truth. But also, divine feminine, speak your truth. This is going to be a time for both of you to speak up and to air out any feelings that you may have. Divine feminine, if you're feeling hurt or disregarded or left behind or some certain way about this guy, masculine, feminine, this man, this woman, but this divine masculine, if you're feeling some certain way about them, this is the time for you to speak your truth. When they come forward and they express to you their love, their guilt, their shame, why they did the things that they did, why they made the choices that they did, this is where you're able to finally tell them how that made you feel. They need to also know that even though they've been in this place of heartbreak, that they hurt you too. And that it took a lot for you to heal and to get past this and to grow from this. And that you're still growing and healing from this. And some of us may already be healed, and some of us may be still in the thick of it. But no matter where you're at, you need to express this divine saying, because that's also a huge part of a lesson for them to learn. It says, I believe in us. We are meant to be, or we are meant for each other. That is where they are feeling right now. That is where they're lying with their energy. They feel that you two are absolutely 100% positively meant to be together. They know it, they feel it, they see it, they get the synchronicities, they get the signs, and they just know. Deep down in their soul, they know they lost the love of their life. Followed by the number 2. I don't know if you're saying 222 a lot, repeating 2222, 222, like everywhere, just twos. But if you are, that could be a sign for you, a validation for this reading. But 2 is also, the power couple. 1 and 2, we got 2 people together. 2, validation. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. So Spirit is giving like a vote of confidence that do the right thing, come forward, speak your truth. Don't have fear. Fear is getting in the way of your ultimate happiness. Divine masculine, you need to open up, express yourself. You need to let yourself be vulnerable. It's a part of your growth. It's a part of your lesson. And it's a part of your journey. You need to do this in order to move forward to the next step, the next chapter in your life. Do good or do bad, the second part of your life. You're coming into masculine, divine masculine, you're coming into the second part of your life. So this may be a reading for people that are somewhere in their late 30s, early 40s, that are well established, that maybe already have careers, they're grounded in their community and in their friend groups, and they have a good job, they have a home. This may be someone that is well up in their 30s, early 40s. And you're at a point now where you're moving into the second phase of your life journey. And divine is saying, you are responsible for the choices that you make. Every choice that you make affects not only you, but the people around you. And this is your life journey, not everyone around you that you're seeking advice from. So what you do with the second part of your life is solely in your hands, and for you to make good choices for yourself. If you really do want to wake up one day singing, do you want to be happy, or do you want to be sitting there always wondering, what if, or I should have done this way? And see if there's anything else divine. Okay. I'm learning my lessons now. Good. So yeah, they're learning their lessons now. They're finally seeing where all the mistakes lie. And a majority of the mistakes that lie are in the seeking of advice from everyone externally from their own situation. I mean, it's one thing to seek advice and to hear people's perspectives, but it's another thing to lean solely on that advice and do exactly as other people tell you to do. Like I said before, it's not their life, it's not their journey, it's not their lessons, it's not their relationship. they wouldn't understand it the way that you do. They're not feeling the feelings that you're feeling. They don't see and feel the long-term outcome of this as you would. So they're only giving you advice based off of what they would do for their life journey, and it's not yours. So it makes no sense to apply it to yourself. And then we got the ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are gonna get brighter. Divine is definitely trying to instill a lot of encouragement and positivity right now for you guys listening. They want you to know that things are going to get easier. The biggest hurdle right now, and the biggest challenge that both of you are facing, is the challenge of one's mind, is what I'm getting. I'm getting that your own thoughts and your own fears and everything that you think about on a day to day is what's the biggest heartbreak for you. Both of you are very much up in your heads thinking about this situation and not taking any physical action in the real world. Your thoughts are taking over. You're wasting a lot of time in your own head thinking about all the scenarios and all your feelings and all the past situations that happened between you two versus starting anew, moving forward, and taking action on making that a reality, making that a real thing in the here and the now. We have Virgo. So one of you may be a Virgo. Your presence commands respect. So there is this feeling like your presence, divine feminine, is it's so bright right now. It's glowing. Like you had a glow up. Just not a physical glow up, but see, here's the thing. When you do all this spiritual work and this healing on yourself and you become like your authentic self and you become confident in who you are, it doesn't even matter what you look like on the outside. That glow from in exudes through you. You walk differently, you talk differently, you act differently, you show up differently, you hold yourself to a different standard. Your character has changed. You like did the full 100% glow up inside and out, and it's showing through on the outside. What you did has been noticed by this person, and they cannot believe it themselves. Like a part of them was just like, I wish they would have not have glowed up because it would have been a lot easier for me to take this path away from them. But now the glow up is like undeniable. I want them even more. And I'm feeling even more heartbroken over this because wow, that's all they can, like, they're just flabbergasted. They're in awe of your presence. Your presence now commands respect. And now they know that they have to approach you in a completely different manner than they ever would have before in the past. Like everything that worked in the past and how they would talk to you and how they would come at you, it's changed. They can't approach you like that no more, which has got them even more up in their head and even more in their thoughts about how do I do this? I'm really, really petrified now on approaching this person. Before I was scared. Now I'm terrified because they're talking so much self-doubt into themselves. They are absolutely going to reject me. I am not on the same caliber as them anymore. Like they have grown past where I'm at, or at least that's what they think. But the thing is they're meant for you and you're meant for them. You guys are two pieces of the same puzzle. They're just so insecure with themselves right now that they are not actually on the same caliber because you're exuding self-confidence and they know that they feel they're lacking that of self-confidence. So really divine masculines have to do some work on themselves and have to heal those parts of themselves that make them feel so unworthy because they have to see themselves as worthy in order to be able to match up with your energy. They really are worthy. They just have to do the work to see it. And then we have, come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Yeah, this person wants to light, they want you to light their fire. They want to light your fire. They want to sit in front of a fire and just bask in the heat together with you. They're having some thoughts, not just about you on a love level, like emotionally, they're having some feelings about you very, very romantically right now as well, which is also making things a lot harder. There's so much that is being presented to this person and that they're seeing that they're just overwhelmed. They're so overwhelmed with emotions and feelings. Their whole body is tingling. That's what I'm getting. Their whole body is tingling. Like every time they see a picture of you, or they catch a glimpse of you in public, or they hear someone speaking about you, it's like their heart stops. It's like skips a beat. Like just hearing your name or you being brought up in conversation stops them, and they're fully invested. They may not even say anything, but they are so interested in what other people have to say. Yeah, whoever you are, you've done the number on this person inside and out, and they are ready. They are ready to do the work. They are ready to step forward and to be a part of your life. The question is, are you ready for them to come back? And what are you going to do when they do come back? It says, take the high road. Take the high road. It doesn't mean to be arrogant or condescending or to look down upon them. It means do the right thing. Take the high road. Take the higher vibrational road. Take the path that is the right path for you and for them. If you're not feeling it and it's not sitting with you well, then that is the road that you must take. You must be honest and forthcoming and put that out there in this conversation. This isn't right for me at this time. If it feels right, then move forward with it. But whatever it is, make sure that it feels good within your soul. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Then we have come healing of the body, come healing of the mind. Divine masculine, this is for you. This is like advice before you move forward to approaching your divine feminine. You need to do a little bit more work on your heart, your soul, your spirit, your insecurities, your shadow work, understanding why it is that you are so insecure in regards to being vulnerable and to loving and exposing your heart, why it is that you put like a shell around your heart. What are the things that have happened in your past that put you here? And figuring out a way to move past that. Last card. Remind them of who you are. Remind yourself to while you're at it. And this is for both of yous. But divine masculine, remind them of who you are. Walk with confidence. Walk with, your head up high. Do that shadow work. Heal and move forward with the confidence that, you know what, if you know that this person is meant for you and they're the missing piece to your puzzle and that you guys are truly meant to be together, come in with confidence like that. You already know it to be true. You don't need to be afraid of what is true to you and what's true in your heart. And divine feminine, same goes to you. Continue to walk that path of love, self-love, self-awareness, using your intuition, being completely in love with who you are as a person, and walking with nothing but the utmost confidence and security in yourself, because that has gotten you to this point, and it's going to carry you through each next part of the phase, each next chapter that's coming forward for you. Keep walking in that confidence and remind yourself while you're at it too. So keep reminding yourself of who you are and that you're worthy, both of you. You are enough. You are both beautiful human beings that have had some situations play out in your life based off of insecurities and stuff that still needed to be worked on. We're not perfect, we're just human. And we have to learn these things to move forward and to do better and to be better. It's not, something that we need to hold over our own heads for the rest of our lives here. We make mistakes and then we get past them. We grow, we move on, and we heal. So remember that when you're moving forward in this conversation. We're not perfect. People do make mistakes. And people are, able to have second chances if you're willing to give them one. Anyways, that is your love reading for this week. I really hope it helped. And if it did, please like, comment, and share and subscribe if you're not already. All right, guys, have a good day.